Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Once again, silver stackers get the last laugh. Prices have exploded in the world of precious metals. I mean, look at the graph. It speaks for itself. Look at this insanely high spike in gold and silver prices. I mean, it's almost identical. Gold at its all-time high, above $2,000. Silver just under $26. We are definitely in another bullish rally. Now, with that said, I want to make sure you guys understand what is happening on this channel. About 600 subscribers away from doing my 30,000 subscriber giveaway sponsored by the Silver Forum, but I also will be giving in some silver of my own from my personal stack. So make sure you're subscribed, because you don't want to miss a chance to win some free silver, especially with prices the way they're headed right now, right? So make sure you smash the like button. Let's see if this video can get 300 likes. Like this video if you love precious metals. Like this video if you're bullish on silver. Make sure you're subscribed, because I do post daily videos. I will give you the newest, latest, freshest information on what's happening in the world of precious metals. So with that said, let's jump into it. So right now, silver is definitely not the poor man's gold anymore. Silver is gaining a life of its own, and I think people are starting to realize silver's true potential. This article definitely breaks down what's happening, and I like how they kind of differentiate between silver and gold, and the article kind of explains, why they both have a life of its own. So let's jump into it. So it's called the poor man's gold, yet there's nothing about silver's performance this month, or there's nothing poor about silver's performance this month, as it holds the crown for commodity returns in July. On track to finish the month with a historic 30% gain in price, its biggest monthly increase in 40 years. Silver is having what Philip Strabel, chief market strategist at Blue Line Futures, calls the best of both worlds. Now, here's what I was kind of talking about, right? Piggybacking on gold as a safe haven while also soaring thanks to demand as an industrial metal. See, gold is strictly stuck to a safe haven monetary metal. So when the economies and times of economic uncertainty, economic turmoil, when people don't trust banks or government, they turn towards gold as a store of wealth, as a store of value, and silver. They anything that holds its value intrinsically, gold and silver. But silver, since it's the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity, silver is also finally intertwined with the economy, in society, in technology. So when the economy is doing good, silver also rises as an industrial metal. So it has been an incredible ride for silver, which fell towards 12-year lows around $11.64 an ounce in March, as most commodities seized up during the height of this virus. Then, as gold took off thanks to the firepower of the stimulus unleashed by the Federal Reserve and other global central banks, silver latched on for the ride. So silver is gold's little brother, right? It definitely played off of gold, but see, gold is literally at its highest it's ever been in history for over 5,000 years. Silver is around half of that. Silver's all-time high is $50. Silver's sitting at $25. So gold has already exploded to the max. Silver still has a long way to go with more potential. So anyways, people were originally playing gold for safety, and gold and the dollar were trading together. See, when equities were up, gold would go down, and the same thing with the dollar. And then the Fed got really aggressive in providing any kind of aid for any kind of business. And that's when precious metals broke away and the dollar fell to 2-year lows in free fall mode. So silver's gain in July, the biggest since September 1980, when we saw $50 silver, makes it the top performing commodity in July, with U.S. lumber futures a close second. While the laggards are predominantly grains, rice, oats, and corn, along with gasoline, which is down by 4%, and crude oil, which has lost 1% in value despite huge coordinated production cuts by major exporters. So while gold can act as an inflation hedge, silver offered a lot more. See, on the industrial side of things, one part of silver creates 7 kinds of industries, from power generation to mining, trucking, metal refining, storage, product making, and retailing. And if Vice President Biden gets to the White House, wants to do this kind of Euro-style vehicle emission, he wants to fight climate change with lots of solar power, wind power, all types of things that require silver, right? Photovoltaic cells. We're going into a green revolution. Everything's going green, right? And silver is only going to be up from that. So not only from 5G technology, not only from electric vehicles, but also from this green revolution as as well. So won't blink an eye if silver gets to $50. A realistic inflation adjusted price for silver would be $30 an ounce. I wouldn't be surprised if it finished the year at $30, he said, which hit an 8-year high of $26 an ounce this week. I wouldn't even blink an eye if it got to $40 or $50, given its relative undervalue to gold. See, when I was talking about $50 silver, people were calling me crazy. People were calling me a silver pumper. Oh, you're misleading your audience. And no, I wasn't. Right? No, I wasn't. Because to be a silver pumper, you have to make it. You have to come from a misleading place, right? If I was to say silver's going to be $50 next month or next week, yes, that's unrealistic. That's not going to happen. But I was talking about $50 silver in the next 3 to 5 years, $100 silver in the next 5 to 10 years. That's realistic, right? Not even 10 years ago, we saw $50 silver already. And with times as crazy as they are, it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. So maybe they just weren't as bullish. Maybe they didn't see the potential that I saw. Maybe they didn't see the bigger picture, and they just were in disbelief that it could happen. But I hate to tell you so, but it's happening right now, and people are finally realizing what I've been saying is coming to light. Now, I'm not trying to say I told you so, because a lot of us know this stuff. A lot of us have been aware of silver's potential for many, many years now, right? We are the ones having the last laugh. So Strabel said the only way that either silver or gold would get sucker punched was if a safe working vaccine was delivered to the market tomorrow. That could take silver back to the $16 to $18 range. And what's the possibility of a vaccine coming tomorrow, right? But you'll need more than a vaccine. You'll also need the Fed to unwind its lending programs, and that's not going to happen overnight. Even with the Fed on de-stimulus mode, gold would probably go back to around $1,750 to $1,800 for a start. The bears may not get the precious metal meltdown that they wanted. So here's the point, right? No matter what, it's a win-win for silver. Quite frankly, this is a market that you should never consider selling, at least not anytime soon, considering that the Federal Reserve is looking to liquefy the markets going forwards. It is a bit difficult to understand how somebody will think shorting silver is a good idea. I think at this point, the Federal Reserve will continue to add liquidity to the markets, driving down the value of the US dollar. That in turn drives up the value of precious metals. And I think that is essentially what we're looking at here. So when the dollar index is low, gold and silver goes high. And if the Fed are trying to weaken the dollar, it's only going to explode prices. Donald Trump wanted the dollar weaker, and it's only going to be more fuel to the fire. So silver bulls got a bit of a scare on Thursday as the price fell by almost 4%, caught up in a broad push lower across the commodities complex that swept even gold lower, albeit a modest 0.6%, but the downdraft barely lasted one session. So on Friday, silver was already up nearly 4% on the day, while gold finally touched the magical $2,000 an ounce mark for the first time in history. Even then, it has still not kept pace with silver's gains so far this month. Gold has risen by almost 11%, the largest monthly increase since January 2012. So that just shows silver's volatility. Longer term, I think that silver markets will go much higher, but we may need to cool off a bit in order to attract more value-oriented traders. And that's what I was talking about, the corrections coming, because when anything rises that fast, it has to crash. There has to be corrections, there has to be sell-offs, there has to be dips. That's healthy. I have no interest in shorting this market regardless of what it does next. At the very least, we need to consolidate a bit before picking up the pace again. Longer term, silver is going to go much higher. So we actually need it to drop in price for it to go even higher. I know that doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. So they go into talk about, declines being bought up quickly, that anytime the price drops, people buy it up because they see opportunity. They just see it as silver for a discount for a couple hours or a couple days. And that's really good to know, because that means there's stability, that means there's foundation, that means silver's standing its ground, and that means that prices are going to stay at this range, if not go higher, right? That's really important to take note of, because if you are looking to sell, maybe you should hold off, because right now these are the lowest we're going to see prices going forward. So the only way is up right now. So if you were looking to sell, maybe you should hold off, like this article said, and see where the wind takes you, because there is so much potential with everything going on, things still playing out, things in the economy still unraveling. You might as well just wait you might as well just hold and try to maximize your profits. Try to maximize your profits. So there is so much going on. I know a lot of people are trying to figure out, should I buy, should I sell, should I sell, should I trade, should I hold? I always mention holding gets so overlooked. Buying, selling, and trading, people are always looking for something to do with their stack, right? I got to be doing something right now, and that's not always the case. Sometimes holding is the safest solution. You don't always need to be doing something. Sometimes just holding off and waiting for things to play out, then take in your opportunity when it arises. But people are not patient. They always want to be doing something, and that something can definitely cost you. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you enjoyed this video, if you thought it was educational, informational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Let's see if this video can get 300 likes. Like this video if you love precious metals. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.